Hello everybody! Quite recently, the Minecraft 1.17 update came out, which includes a whole lot of new blocks. So today I'm going to be messing around with some of these blocks and seeing what fun things we can build with them. Alright, as far as up to date goes, I am very not up to date. So I don't actually even know what most of these new blocks are to begin with. So there's a lot of new cave-based blocks, hence the update's title and theme. I'm excited about this copper for sure. But there's also a lot of new stone blocks, and amethyst, raw gold. Okay. Raw iron. Ooh, that's a nice noise. Okay. What else do we have? So there's different levels of weathered copper, and then it looks like there's also different patterns of copper. So waxed cut or just waxed. I'd imagine that means that it can't patina any further. Ooh, and a nice dark tinted glass. So that could lend itself really nicely to like creepy crooked mansion. So that's definitely an option. Okay, so there's also this new deep slate block, but it has stairs and things. Okay, so immediately what I'm thinking is I really like the combination of the deep slate and the purple amethyst color with this dark glass. It actually looks like it has some purple tones in the rim. So I'll probably do that. I could use that to lighten it up, but I'll probably end up using that. And then for some warmer tones, I might try using copper. Alright, well, I think I have my block palette assembled. I really liked the look of this new deep slate block, and especially matching that with the purple tones of the amethyst, and then also tinted glass. The border isn't quite just black. There's a fair bit of purple in there, so I thought that might be an interesting option. For lighting, we can try out some of these new candles, which I haven't seen too much of. And then I was thinking for a lighter block, I might end up using this tuff or this calcite. Not entirely sure how to say that, but I think that that'll be a good mix. And then for some sort of flooring, I like to use fun blocks for floors. So smithing tables, blast furnace, I really like how this looks. And then these are actually respawn anchors. And the bottom looks like crying obsidian, which could also be a block that I might end up using, but it looks cool. So let's get building. So as far as gradients go, I was thinking of using this mix of all the different deep slates plus some tuff and calcite. So as calcite is very clean and a lot more white than the tuff, for example. So in order to soften the transition a bit, I might end up using some unpolished diorite. I know, bird poop, disgusting, but it might end up really smoothing out the transitions. I don't entirely know what style of build I'm going to do yet, and whether I'll need such an extensive gradient or whether it'll stop off around the tuff. Alright, so it's looking very flat so far. but I kind of just did what I imagined for like a doorway, and I imagine it'll be very tall and thin with some like creepy windows and arched doorways and things, and I do an inset door and inset windows. Currently it's all very flat with the one type of block, which is the deep slate tiles, but obviously as we go higher, I'm gonna mix in some other blocks and things. See, the thing to be careful of is with these stairs, this kind of breaks the illusion that it's a round archway. So that's just something to be mindful of. Okay, so with all the purples, purple is, I think, a very magical color. And then after designing this little entrance thing, I'm really getting like a cool wizard tower vibe. So I think that's gonna be the sort of route that I'm gonna take. Alright, I'm back, and now I have leveled off everything with the next step of my gradient, so that then I'm now going to form some more details to the building. Now, obviously, we're not going to have a straight box like this after, so I'm going to add more details later, but I'm going to start working on some more detailing work. So fridges like this, I think, look good and add character to the building, but I think because it's so textured, it kind of gets lost. And I want the purple to start showing through. So I was thinking I might do something like this and then use one of the purple blocks. That is a lovely sound. Okay, so that's fairly busy. Let's see about some of our other options. Alright, so here are some of the options. Now, I think that the amethyst looks really busy, and so we'll probably have to use that in other places, but I don't think that the answer is here. Now, the crying obsidian is a similar problem, but it's a bit better. So I think I'm going to end up using this respawn anchor. The bottom half of this block looks different than the top, so I don't know. I do think that the top has some lovely dark tones and is a lot smoother, so I think that in the end that's going to look a lot better, especially in this part of the build. While I am placing all these respawn anchors, I just want to note this is not a super survival friendly build if you were planning on using this like a tutorial, hence the massive quantity of lodestones that it is going to require, as well as I was considering using netherite blocks as a building block, which is not very accessible for survival players. Alright, so I finished this all the way around, so we're starting to introduce more of those purple tones into the build. Alright, now I've added in some more purple, and it's starting to get a lot more spooky. And actually, currently this building very much reminds me of some of the domed buildings on Tatooine in Star Wars, if you just were to add a dome on top of this. But that's not quite what we're going for, so we're going to see how similar the two are in the end. Alright, so I've done that layer all the way around. So the thing that I don't want is, once you're looking at it straight on, you can't really tell. There isn't much depth to it. And so that's going to be, hopefully, what I hope some of the later detailing helps with, and also why, since there's so much of this block, I'm going to try and transition out of it really fast. So it's taking me this long to realize this is not a circle and that these sides are thinner. However, I mean, it doesn't bug me that much, and clearly it looks okay. So we're just gonna go with it. Alright, after changing out the crying obsidian for the amethyst blocks, I think it's way better, and I think that it definitely gives the tower a lot more of a magical feel versus more of an evil feel. So I think I'm going to keep it as the amethyst. I'm definitely going to change out those fences at the bottom, but for now we're going to go with that. Alright, so now all that's left is to just build a roof, and then the exterior of this lovely wizard's tower here will be complete. Alright, well I built up the shape of the roof a little bit and I didn't like how it looked, so I ended up rounding it out quite a bit. So now I have a much better dome shape. So now I'm just going to go in and add some texture with some other options of the purple block. That it's done. This swanky looking wizard's tower right here, full of all sorts of brand new 1.17 blocks, is fully complete. If you like how this looks, let me know down in the comments, and I would love to do an interior and some outside decorations to this. And if you want to see that too, comment below and like on the video, and I'll be sure to do a part 2 for this. I know I really love this build. The roof gave me some trouble, but I'm really happy with the end result. And I really love the feeling that it gives off, especially these hanging lights with the end rods in wonderful, beautiful, different colors. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in part 2. Have a great day. Bye!